So y'all got 1 Corinthians 11:3.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk a little bit how a man's supposed to dwell with his woman. Give me that. Corinthians 11:3.
This is 1 Corinthians 11:3.
Read it boldly.
But I would have you know
Uh-huh.
that the head of every man is Christ.
That the head of every man. So he said, know this, that the head of every man is Christ. Read.
And the head of the woman is the man.
And the head of the woman is man.
And the head of the Christ is God.
And the head of Christ is Yahweh. So that's the order of things. First off, this is what everybody know. Well, if you know that the order of man, the head of man is Christ, and the head of woman is man, and the head of Christ is Yahweh, then why don't you obey Christ? Why don't you honor your husband? If you know this. Oh, well, I know that. Well, why don't you do it? Why don't you do it? Why don't the children obey their parents? If you know the order, if all these things, if you already know these things, then why ain't nobody doing it? Give me Matthew 8:8. The thing is all people, we don't understand order, man. We don't understand the power and order, man. That the Lord set an order on this earth. He said, know this, man. He said, know this first. So the Lord is setting an order in this earth, man. And if you get out of order, then you're not gonna function how you're supposed to. It's not until you get into order is how you're gonna function, how you're supposed to.
Okay.
Read.
Matthew 8:8.
Matthew 8:8. Read.
The centurion answered and said, Lord, I am not worthy that thou shouldest come under my roof.
Right.
But speak the word only, and my servant shall be healed.
Right. So this was a man that he understood order, man. So these scriptures are for our learning. So when you dig in these scriptures and you start researching and trying to understand order, you're going to find it. And you're going to understand that there was men and there's women in this Bible that understand order on a higher level than other people do. So they got their prayers, they got their requests answered right away because they understood order. Things don't happen in your life how they supposed to because you out of order. You don't understand the order of things. And you have to humble yourself, man. The man has to humble himself first under Yahweh Shah. And then the woman has to humble herself under that man. And the children have to be in obedience with the parents. That's how it's going to flow, man. You can't be, well, today I don't want to listen. Today I'm not going to obey. No, read that. 9.
For I am a man under authority.
So that this centurion soldier, he said, I am a man under authority. Read.
Having soldiers under me.
Having soldiers under me. So he said, look, I'm under authority, but I also got authority. And I understand authority, how it works. Read.
And I say to this man. Go and goeth.
Go and he goeth. Read.
And to another, come and he cometh.
And I say to another man, come and he comes. Right?
And to my servant, do this, and he does it.
And to this servant, I say, do that, and he does it. Right? Read.
When Yahushua heard it, he marveled and said to them that followed, Verily I say unto you, I have not found so great faith, not in Israel.
See that? So Yahushua marveled. He said, wow, man, this man understand the kingdom. That's what he was saying, man. This man understand order, man. You have to understand order. If you're going to be great in this thing, you got to understand order, man. You got to, even as a child, y'all need to get that right now. Understand order. Do you want to be great, Jasper?
Yeah.
Well, understand order. Understand, you got to get in line. The Chinese man said, it's the nail that sticks out that get the hammer. You know? But you gotta understand order, man. It's a flow. The Most High, man, Yahweh got a flow. He's got a flow, man. He got a wave. It's how he do his thing. And it's in order, man. It's in divine order, man. Through the family, through Christ, the man, the woman, and the children. And we all gotta be in submission. He said, I'm a man under authority, and I'm also a man with authority. So even though you got authority, that don't mean that you can't nobody tell you nothing. You gotta also be under authority too. You know, you can't live a life where nobody I don't care who you are. You can't live a life where nobody can tell you nothing. No. Somebody can tell you something. Read Psalms. Give me Psalms 8 and 3. Because even though read.
Psalms 8 and 3.
Read.
When I consider thy heavens, the work of thy fingers,
read.
The moon and the stars, which thou hast ordained. What is man that thou art mindful of him?
Right.
And the Son of Man that thou visit him.
Right. He said, what is this? What he said, when I consider the sun and the moon, man, and the stars. He said, what is man that you are mindful of? You know what I'm saying? What is man? Now you got David pondering. He like, man, why is the Lord even dealing with us on this level, man? Like, you created the sun and the moons. You could have just kept going. Why are you stopping to deal with us, man? Read.
For thou hast made him a little lower than the angels.
Right. So for the most part, you know, when we dealing with this order, a man knows, like we was talking about before, man, I know y'all know that y'all above and not beneath. I know y'all know that y'all, the princesses, you know, even the man on these streets, we know that we kings, man. We know that we gods. We know this, man. It's in our spirit. It's inherited. You know what I'm saying? We know this. No, I'm a king. What the hell's going on, man? If I'm a king, then where's my kingdom? Where's my stuff, man? So for the most part, Eve is frustrated, man. Because this thing is upside down. Read.
And hast crowned him with glory and honor.
Right.
Thou madest him to have dominion over the works of thy hands.
Right. So the Lord made all these things, and he gave this chosen man dominion over the work of the Most High's hand. Right. Read.
Thou hast put all things under his feet.
All things under his feet. So we realize this, man. That all things are under our feet. We know this, man. Give me Genesis 1 and 26. And somebody give me Psalms 82 and 6.
I got Genesis 1 and
2.
Yeah, give me Genesis 1 and 26.
Genesis chapter 1 verse 26.
Read.
And God said, let us make man in our own image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea,
Right.
and over the fowl of the air,
Right.
and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over the creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth.
Right.
So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them.
Right. So that's it on that. So the Most High, he gave dominion to Adam and Eve. And in that day, they was both man. You know? So you got Jake saying, you know, he's struggling with purpose, man. He's struggling with order. He's struggling with dominion. He's saying he's looking in his Bible and he's saying, look, God gave me dominion over the fish of the sea, over the earth, He gave me dominion, but yet I go to work, the white man disrespect me. You know, I go to the block, the niggas they trying to kill me. And I come home and my wife don't respect me. Where is this dominion? Where is this order? Where is this dominion and where is this order? It's because you haven't got yourself in order yet. You know? Jake struggling with his wife. Why she won't listen? Why she won't listen? Because you don't understand order yet. That's why she won't. Well, should I punch her in the eye? No, you don't punch her in the eye. Should I choke her up? And we was just talking about this last night, man. Like I remember when I was a kid, I used to hear about men, they used to take off their belt and whoop their wives. What y'all think about that? What you think about that? Like, yeah, literally, like,
You got a little excited about that, didn't you?
Yeah. I mean, literally, come on. How is your wife going to respect you after you whooped her with a belt? I mean, like, what's the aftermath of that? Like, how do y'all have a conversation after that? Like, what's the conversation after that? After you whooped her with a belt, like, what do y'all talk about after that?
A cord.
What do you? I mean, like this what was going on in the Christian church. Yeah, you got to get her and whoop her with a belt. That's not authority, bro. That's not order, man. That's not the way the Most High set it up. The Most High set you up to be a God and a Lord, to oversee. And yet things are out of order. Everything is upside down. So how do we fix this? You got to get yourself in order first. The man has to get himself in order first, man. You have to live a certain type of way. You have to be in these scripts, man. Matter of fact, this is how you deal with your wife. Give me Ephesians 5:26. Read. Give me 25 first.
Ephesians 5:25.
Mm-hmm.
Husbands, love your wives.
Right.
Even as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for it.
Right. So the man first, you can't be complaining about your wife, you know. Like, I'm talking to y'all. We talking about order. A man can't be complaining about his wife or she won't listen. She won't do this, she won't do this. If he ain't first tried this. The man has to sacrifice his life, basically. Ain't that what Christ did? He laid his life down, right? So read that again, 25.
25, husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church.
So he's saying not this worldly love. Well, we get married and then you piss me off and then I'm going to divorce you. You know, you don't wash the dishes, so I'm divorce you. You don't clean the house, so I'm going to divorce you. He said, no, love your wife as Christ loved the church, man. Read.
And gave himself for it.
And gave himself for it, right? Read.
That he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of the water and by the word.
Right, so that's how you gonna save your family, man. This is how you gonna dwell with your wife. If you don't get in the scripts and read the Bible to your wife, it's gonna be problems, man, most likely. You know what I'm saying? You gotta try all this first, man. And we talking about family. We still talking about building with these bricks. We still talking about marriage and family one-on-one. We talking about the basics, man. Just the basics. And we need the basics. You know why we need the basics? Because through all Israel, the only thing you see is divorce. On every comment board, when I'm watching the camps, all you see is my wife, she rebellious. She won't listen. All you see is the Eve's commenting. My husband don't want to read the Bible. Over and over and over again. We still ain't got the basics yet, man. We skipping steps. Everybody want to be this top-notch prophet. You got to work yourself there, man. You got to work yourself there, man. And we got to be like the Marines. No man gets left behind when it comes to your family, man. When it comes to your family, you got to be able to lay it down, man. You got to be long-suffering. You got to have patience, man. You can't, man, you got to go to, you got to, look, man, this one sheep got to be more valuable or just as valuable as the 99. You can't lead the one and follow the 99. No, you got to lead the 99 and go get the one. We got everything mixed up, man. We got, if everybody not watching it, if it ain't popular, if it ain't famous, then we don't want to do it. If it ain't the cool thing, no, man. It don't matter what it look like. You got to do what's right in the eyes of the Most High. You still got to perform justice and judgment, man. You don't abandon your family, man. You don't give up on your wife, man. You don't give up on your children. You don't do that. You can't say, oh, I quit. I want a new wife. I want new children. You know? If the Lord wants you to have a new wife and a new children, then he'll destroy your wife and destroy your children and give you a new wife and new children.
Like Job.
Yeah, and that's biblical. If you want you to have a new wife, then he'll give you a new wife. You can't just be having, and that's the problem with Eve and Jake. That's the problem with our people. We want to have a party sampler. We want to sample this and this and that and that and that and choose what we like best. You know, the Bible says, and part of the reason why relationships don't work, man, and marriage 101, and you know, Jake like Eve won't listen. Eve like Jake won't read the Bible. He don't understand me. He beats me. It's because of this. Hold on. Give me Proverbs 5:18. This is part of the problem.
Got it.
So back to this party sample. You know, Eve want to sample. You know, we got our Eves. Like they say, man, I got a man for everything that I want. I got a man that get my money, pay my bills. I got a man that get my nails done. I got a man that talk to me how I like to be talked to. She got a man for everything under the sun. And Jake do too. He got a woman for everything. He got a Monday through Friday. He got a Monday through Sunday. He got a Rolodex. Jake, man, so cold with it, he can probably go 2 weeks in. He got a 14-day Rolodex. A different girl for every day for dang in 14 days, man. Our people destroyed. But we do this and then we come into the truth and then think things is just gonna magically work. No, man, you gonna have to uproot them weeds that you done been sowing for years. Now it's time to deal with them weeds that you've been sowing. That's why we gotta learn these things from the beginning. That's why the father has to teach his son and teach his children to not go in that way and go into the way of righteousness so we can build the kingdom. That's why we doing these Bible studies. To tell you that your body is precious. That your body is not a possession. That your body is not a way that you get a man. That's not how you get a man. That's not how you get a husband. You don't get him with your body. Because if you fish with worms, you're going to catch catfish. And I'm talking symbolically. So if you fishing, you gotta learn how to catch fish. If you want to catch fish, you fish with a worm. If you want a trophy fish, you're gonna have to know what you're doing. You're gonna have to go get the perfect lure. You're gonna have to set this lure out. You're gonna have to target this fish. You're gonna have to learn what this fish likes. And then you're gonna have to jig that lure just right to catch this trophy, because not every fish is going to bite a worm. Not a trophy fish. But them nasty fish, the majority of them nasty fish, they eat worms, you know. They want a worm. They want a worm. So if all you got is a worm to put on that hook, you're going to catch a catfish. You know? But you want a salmon, it's going to be hard to catch a salmon with a worm. It's going to be hard. You want a tuna? You want a trophy? You want a Spanish mackerel? You put a worm in front of a Spanish mackerel and see what happens. No, man. That Spanish mackerel, he gonna want this certain bait, man. You want a tuna? You want, you know. But give me that. We went off on this catfish, boy. Hey.
Okay, what was
Proverbs 5:18.
Yeah.
Yeah, read that.
This is the book of Proverbs
Catfish.
5:18.
Read.
Let thy fountain be blessed,
Let thy fountain be blessed.
and rejoice with the wine of thy youth.
And do what?
And rejoice with the wine of thy youth.
Read it one more time for the people in the back.
And rejoice with the wine of thy youth.
The Lord said, let thy fountain be blessed. And rejoice with the wife of thy youth. He didn't say get 45 years old, get 50 years old. Now I'm ready to settle down. You know, you 35, you 45, you 55. This man got 60 plus bodies. The woman got 30 plus 40. She probably got more bodies on her. And then y'all come together and wonder why things don't work. It's so many spirits y'all fighting. It's so many different spirits. Why? Because your father didn't sit you down and tell you that your body is precious. Your father didn't sit you down and teach you how to respect women. You got to respect women. You just can't be running through every woman that you see and think nothing's going to happen to you. Man, if you disrespect the women, man, you not going to untain it, man. And then you wonder why your daughter's a whore. You wonder why your son catch AIDS. The Lord said he a jealous God, visiting iniquities of the children to the third and fourth generation. I'm paraphrasing. So yeah, you in a way, and sometimes we have to pay for the sins of our forefathers. You know what I'm saying? That's why it says, when you go back to Sirach 11:28, it says, read that one more time.
Sirach what?
11:28.
I got it.
Okay, go ahead.
Read.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 11, verse 28.
Read.
Judge none blessed before his death.
Judge none blessed before his death. For what?
For a man shall be known in his children.
For a man shall be known in his children. Right. So give me Psalms 82:6. And somebody give me 1 Timothy 2:12.
First Timothy 2
I
and
got
12.
Psalms 82.
Give me Psalms 82:6.
This is the book of Psalms 82:6.
Read.
I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
But ye shall die like men.
That's right. So we are gods and the children of the Most High. But since we sin, since Adam fell and we all fall, we're going to die like man. So everything is out of order and it's all upside down, man. And we trying to find our way back. We just got this life. You see what I'm saying? We was drowning. We was dying. Our hope was almost lost. And then Yahweh sent this word, man. He sent this word, man. He sent this word, you are my people in the land of captivity. It's time for y'all to live differently. It's time for y'all to walk differently. It's time for the fathers to turn their hearts back to their children. It's time for the fathers to stop leaving their wives, man. It's time for Eve to stop being bitter towards Jake and respect him and honor him. Stop calling Jake all you is a no good ass nigga. All you is you a nobody like your daddy. No, man, you gotta understand that very Jake that you talking about could be Moses. That very Jake that you talking about could be David. who you think he is. Just because he a nobody to you, you don't know who he is to the Lord. You don't know who this man. You could be standing right next to Elijah, and Eve called Elijah, and y'all gonna have to bear with me but this come out a B ass nigga. You B ass nigga. You ain't nothing. F you, you B ass nigga. Not knowing that that's Elijah the prophet, man. You talking to John the Baptist, man. You talking to Peter. But to you, he's just another nigga. So we all have to get into order, man. We gotta realize that the just judges will get on Eve too for pulling down that man. Matter of fact, give me this.
I got first.
Did you want 1 Timothy?
Hold on. Yeah, I want you to hold this. Give me Matthew 13 and 54.
Got it. I got it. Yeah. Got it.
Okay.
Read.
Matthew 13 and 54. And when he was come into his own country, he taught them in their synagogue. And so much that they were astonished.
Right.
And said, whence has this man this wisdom and these mighty works?
Right. So we talking about Yahushua. He came to his own country, his own people, the same people that he grew up around, his kinsmen. And it's a sad thing because the people that you come around, you never gonna to them, you nobody special. When the Most High gave you to them, and they can't perceive that the Most High gave you to them, but to them, you just another nigga. Your mom think, oh, I birthed that boy. I used to breastfeed that boy. I used to change that boy diapers. He don't know what he talking about. Yeah, in Jesus' name, Yahushua. He talking about we the children of Israel. No, man. That's that prophet. He been awakened. But to his mother, that's just my boy. He gonna come up out of that. I'm praying for him. He don't know what he talking about. Right now, he being led astray by demons. No, man, that prophet, the Most High done awaken that prophet in these last days that came through your womb. And you should watch how you talk about him if you had any wisdom. Read.
Is not this the carpenter's son?
This is what they talking about, our Lord and Savior. Ain't this Joseph's son? Read.
Is not his mother called Mary?
Ain't his mom Mary, that whore, who said she got pregnant by the Holy Ghost? Ain't this that dude that be fixing tables? This his son? Where'd he get this knowledge from, man? What is he talking about? Y'all actually listening to this dude? Read.
And his brethren James and Joseph and Josh and Simeon and Judas.
Right. So this is what happens when we go out to these corners, man, and preach. Nigga, I went to church with you. I know your mama raised you in the Christian church. I know your mama. I know your daddy. Y'all should sit in the 4th row from the back. So what? Nigga, what's my name? Right. You don't know me. Read.
And his sisters, are they not all with us?
Right. So they breaking it down. We know this nigga. And that's what people will do, man, when it's like all people can't handle greatness, man. Like when they see you excelling, they see that greatness, they have to do whatever they have to do to normalize you, to make you regular again. Well, his brother's there. We know his mother. He's just an ordinary man. Read.
Whence they have this man all these things.
Right. Read.
And they were offended in him.
And they were offended with him. They was offended in him. How could this nigga that came from where we come from, how he got all this stuff, how he got all this knowledge? Immediately they be jealous of you. You know what I'm saying? Read.
But Yahushua said unto them, a prophet is not without honor, save in his words, his own country, and in his own house.
Right.
And he did not many mighty works there because of their unbelief.
Right. So give me Matthew 11 and 19.
Got it.
Do you really got it?
Yeah, got it. Matthew 11 and 19.
So we was talking about, you know, how we got to be careful, man. Just because I have to be careful, you could, I don't know who you are back on this earth. You see what I'm saying? You don't know who I am back on this earth. We have to deal with one another with justice and judgment, man. Not with partiality. You can't take people for granted, man. Even though that may be your son. That could be Jacob. That could be Joseph. Back on this earth. It could be Joshua. You know? Read.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 11 and 19.
Uh-huh.
The Son of the Man came eating.
The Son of Man came eating what?
And drinking.
And drinking, but what?
And they say, here is a glutton and a drunkard, a friend of tax collectors and sinners.
So that's, somebody give me that in KJV. That's what they said about who we call Jesus. So-called Jesus.
Matthew chapter 11 verse 19.
Right. This how they slander his name, man. The son of the most high. So if they slandered the most high son, what you think they gonna do to your name? You know, what you think you gonna have to deal with? But woe to them people that slander the name of Yahweh Shah, man. And woe to them same people that slander your name when it comes to doing the will of the Most High, man. And I'm going to show you that. Read.
The Son of Man came eating and drinking, and they say, behold, a man gluttonous and a winebibber, a friend of publicans and sinners. But wisdom is justified in her children.
Right.
Of her children.
Right. So the Son of Man came and dwelt among them. He healed the sick. He fed the thousands. He did so many miracles. He taught them. He freed captives, man. But yet to them, he just another nigga. Oh, this is a nigga. He a glutton. He a drunk. He hang around sinners. You know. That's what they had to say about Jesus. About Yahweh Shah. Give me, where was we at?
It was that Matthew.
Did you get that 1 Timothy 2 and 12?
Yeah.
Get that.
1 Timothy chapter 2 verse 12.
Read.
But I suffer not a woman to teach,
Right.
nor to usurp authority over the man.
Right. So we still talking about order. How a man should deal with his woman. Now a man should love it. The Bible says that a man should love his wife like Christ loved the church, right? But at the same time, a woman got to know her order. And it says what?
Start from the beginning?
Yeah.
But I suffer not a woman to teach,
It says he suffered not a woman to teach. Or do what?
nor to usurp authority over the man.
Usurp authority over the man. So, man, a woman not supposed to be teaching a man not a damn thing. But this goes back to the man teaching his family. You know? Because a man that's being taught by his father in the ways of the Lord, he gonna know. First off, a woman can't teach me nothing. Well, I'm not gonna say that because you can learn from women. A woman can't usurp authority over me, meaning like she's sonning you. Like you do this. You know what I'm saying? You do this. You go over there. No, you sleep on the couch. You go do the dishes. She telling the man, go do the dishes. She wearing the pants in the house, man. And that's Babylon. And once again, this earth is upside down. Because that's what all the Eves want to do. They want a nigga, they want a man who they can run. They want a man who can go just tell me everything I want to hear, fulfill all of my needs, whisper sweet nuggets to me while I'm asleep. They don't want a man that's gonna tell them, look, man, You straighten your ass up. They don't want a man that's strong. A man that's going to correct them. They want to do the correcting. They want to do the teaching. They want to do the reprimanding. They want to run the things. Why? So read that.
12. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence.
But to be in silence. Right. So give me was that it on that?
Yeah. For Adam was the first form.
Read.
Verse 13. For Adam was first formed, then Eve.
Uh-huh.
And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived
Right.
was in the transgression.
Right.
Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing, if they continue in faith, in charity, and holiness with sobriety.
Right. So it's kind of different with women. Women got a longer list of things that they got to do. You know, a man's job is kind of more simple than a woman. Now it says for this woman, it says, but I suffer. No, I'm gonna go down to 14. It says, and Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing. You know what I'm saying? If they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety. You know? So that woman got to be submissive in childbearing. So you got, this whole thing is upside down. You got our women saying that I don't want no children. But the Most High just said the woman gonna be saved in childbearing. But you got these women out here, these wicked Eves, they don't want no children. They get pregnant, what they go do? They go into the abortion. They finna get rid of that baby. They done got rid of 12 babies. And you got Jake talking about, I don't want no kids. When the Most High said he want a family, he said, teach your children. It used to be that the more sons you had, it was more honor. Now you got our people, we so utterly destroyed. It's been so reversed. Now we don't want to have children. I don't want to. It's gonna give me stretch marks. It's gonna give me stretch marks. Well, I don't like it. It just look weird when you got a whole lot of kids. No, man, that's a beautiful thing. But we've been tricked and fooled to think that having a big family is somehow it looks bad. Like even I be around brothers, they be like, oh, you got a whole lot of kids. Is that a bad thing? Is that a bad thing? And you wonder why I got a whole lot of money too. Not to be bragging and nothing like that, but I don't know if it goes hand in hand. Because the more kids you need, obviously, the more kids you have, obviously, the more money you're going to need. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Give me 1 Peter 3. Start at 6.
First Peter 3, verse 6.
Yeah.
Okay. Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord,
right,
whose daughters ye are, as long as ye do well and are not afraid with any amazement.
Start that over.
1 Peter chapter 3, verse 6.
Read.
Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham.
Sarah obeyed Abraham what?
Calling him Lord.
No, she called him a punk ass nigga.
Calling him Lord.
She called him a no good nigga.
Calling him Lord.
A no good Jody. Come on. Let's get it. Let's bring some of these things out. Because it's gonna get better.
Calling him Lord.
No, she called him you man. She called him some stuff. No, man. Sarah didn't call him none of that. Sarah obeyed him. Like, you got women in this truth talking about obey. Nigga, what you think? I'm a dog? In my line? Nigga, what you think? Obey. Nigga, I ain't your dog. You ain't finna command me, nigga. It said what it says. And Sarah is highly spoken of in this Bible, man. Like when it comes to righteous women, Sarah at the top of that list. You feel me? Now what Sarah say?
Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord.
Calling him Lord.
Right.
Right.
Whose daughters ye are.
Whose daughters ye are. Right.
As long as ye do well and are not afraid with any amazement.
Right. So, so when it comes to order, a man has to understand, as long as he's in order, as long as he's under authority, that he's in authority. And as long as he's in that position, if the wife ain't in her position, in her role, you don't have to choke her up. You ain't got to black her eye. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to go tell everybody your business. You know what I'm saying? And some of the brews be going wrong with that. You want to let outsiders in your house, man. You can't, no, man. Don't just let anybody, don't just put your wife business out there. Don't just put your husband business out there. Man, you just get in order. Because if you in order and she calling you, if you this man of the Most High like you say you is, and you doing what you supposed to do, and she calling you any other thing but Lord, and she doing any other thing but obey you, the Most High gonna check her. The Most High gonna deal with it. You ain't gotta break her jaw. You ain't gotta choke her out. You ain't gotta kick her in her stomach. This is the wrong way to go about it, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't do that, man. It just don't do it, man. We don't do things that way no more, man. You know what I'm saying? Right. Give me Numbers 12:1. You got some, Jasper? Can you read it? You got it, Shanetta? Mm-hmm. Read.
Numbers chapter 12, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And Miriam and Aaron spake against Moses.
And what? Wait a minute. Now we going back to this. A prophet is without honor in his hometown. We going back to this. Isn't that Joseph's son? Isn't that Mary's son? Don't we know his brothers? Don't we know his sisters? So Marion and Aaron had the same spirit when it came to Moses. That's just Moses. That's just my cousin, man. That's my cousin. I'm tired of this nigga. Yeah, me too. I'm tired of this nigga too. Read. But they didn't know who he was. Read.
And Miriam and Aaron spake against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman who he had married.
Right.
For he had married an Ethiopian woman.
Right.
And they said, hath the Lord indeed spoken only by Moses?
Right.
Hath he not spoken also by us?
Right. So now, not only is they speaking against him, now they trying to pull him down. They doing whatever it takes to do to normalize him. Hey, look, man, the Most High don't talk to, he just don't talk to Moses only. He talks to us too. Who is Moses? Forget that nigga. Read.
And the Lord heard it.
And the Lord what?
Heard it.
So if you this holy man, if you this righteous man, if you this Israelite who you say you is, and you in order like you say you are, when she speak against you, what the Lord do?
The Lord heard it.
The Lord's gonna hear it, and what?
Now the man Moses was very meek above all the men which were upon the face of the earth.
Right. He was a humble man.
Wow.
The most humblest man. Read.
And the Lord spake suddenly unto Moses and unto Aaron and unto Miriam, come out you three, unto the tabernacle of the congregation. And they three came out. And the Lord came down in the pillar of a cloud and stood in the door of the tabernacle and called Aaron and Miriam, and they both came forth.
Right. So Moses didn't even know what had been said. Moses didn't, but what they said behind Moses' back infuriated the Most High. He came down in a pillar and said, come here. I heard what y'all said. Come here. Read.
And the Lord, okay, hold on. I'm gonna just start at verse 5. And the Lord came down in the pillar of a cloud and stood in the door of the tabernacle and called Aaron and Miriam. And they both came forth. And he said, hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I, the Lord, will make myself known unto him in a vision, and I will speak unto him in a dream.
Right. So if Lord saying, if it's a prophet among y'all, I called him. I ordained him. Go ahead.
Verse 7, my servant Moses is not so, who is faithful in all my house. With him will I speak mouth to mouth.
Right. So he's saying, man, y'all messed up, man. Moses is special to me. Moses, I don't speak to Moses in dreams and in visions. I speak to Moses face to face. You should have known who you was talking about. You should have known that I love this man. You should have known not to speak against him. Read.
Even apparently, and not in dark speeches, in the similitude of the Lord shall he behold. Wherefore then were ye not afraid to speak against my servant Moses?
Say that again.
Were ye not afraid to speak against my servant Moses?
He said, so why wasn't you afraid? Why did you just let anything come out your mouth when it came to my servant? So if you this man in order and you doing what the Most High telling you to do, then why don't you have why ain't the Most High checking your woman? Because you're not living in that type of order. She out of order because you out of order, most likely. Because if you get in order and she see you get in order, eventually if she love you, she gonna get in order, man. She gonna get in order. That's just how that's gonna go. Either something gonna have to break. Either the Lord gonna break her back, or he gonna break y'all marriage. One or the other. But if you this man, the Most High will and you in order, the Most High gonna get her in order, man. That's just how that's gonna go. Read.
Verse 9. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against them, and he departed.
Right, but dig this. Read.
And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow.
No, Miriam and Aaron.
Miriam became leprous, white as snow. And
Read.
And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous.
Right, so that's a lesson to be learned. Women, especially women, gotta be careful what they say about their husband, not only what they say about their own husband, but any man of the Most High. The Most High said, didn't you know not to speak against this man? Didn't you know who he was? Didn't you know what he means to me? Did you not recognize who you in the presence of? To him, that's just your cousin. You see an ordinary, your family nigga. That's your homeboy. We grew up since we was kids. No, man. The Lord borrowed him to you for a time, for a season. That's my servant. Read.
And Aaron said unto Moses, Alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not the sin upon us, wherein we have done foolishly, and wherein we have sinned. Let her not be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed, when he cometh out of his mother's womb.
So the Lord's killing her for doing this thing. Immediately. He's killing her. That's what's going on. She spoke out against Moses. The Most High got infuriated. He came down and said, I heard you. And he spoke to them. He gave them a speech. He said, you should have known not to speak against him. And as soon as he disappeared, they looked at Mary and she was dying. Just like that. She was dying. She was covered in leprosy. So now they're afraid. They love Mary. You don't think they love Mary. So now don't do this. Not Miriam, don't do this. Now they praying for her. Don't kill her, Lord, please. We didn't know, we saw her. Don't kill her. Read.
Verse 13, and Moses cried unto the Lord, saying, heal her now, O God, I beseech thee.
Right.
And the Lord said unto Moses, if her father had but spit in her face.
So this is deep.
Should she not
read that again?
And the Lord said unto Moses,
if her
father had but spit in her face,
read,
should she not be ashamed 7 days? Let her be shut out from the camp 7 days, and after that let her be received again.
Right. So that's a man. The Lord said if her father spit in her face, would she not be? It says, and the Lord said to Moses, if her father had but spit in her face, should she not be ashamed 7 days?
Daddy, can I use vacuum?
Go ahead, you got it. So in a way, he telling her, if her father would have taught her right, then I wouldn't be having to correct her right now. In the way he's telling her that is in the way he's telling Moses that. If her father, so now we going right back in full circle, man. Like this, as great as Moses is, as great as Miriam was, as great as Aaron was, the father have to instruct the children. The father have to instruct the wife. The father's gotta be, that's a high road in this kingdom. That's a high road. You know?
Thinking not higher than yourself than you ought to was most high a deal with you. Quit.
Give me 2 Samuel 6 and 16.
Daddy,
What?
can I use your Bible so I can get steps?
Oh yeah, you got it. Let's hear from Judah. Give me 2 Samuel 6 and 16. We're going to give you another account.
Second Samuel chapter 7 and 6.
Mm-hmm.
What are we?
2 Samuel 6 and 16.
Okay.
2 Samuel 6 and 16.
This is the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 6 and 16.
Mm-hmm.
And as the ark of the Lord came into the city of David, Micah.
Read it right.
Micah, Saul's daughter.
Come over here and read it so I can hear you right. Sit right here. Okay, read.
This is the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 6 and 16.
Mm-hmm.
And as the ark of the Lord came into the city of David, Micah, Saul's daughter, looked through a window and saw King David leaping and dancing before the Lord, and she despised him in her heart.
Right. Now Micah was David's wife. Now, it's a time of rejoicing, right? It's a time of praise, man. They recovered the Ark of the Covenant of the Lord. David like, hey, we up one. They rejoicing. But what, man, this wicked woman, she's looking out the window. This nigga, what is this nigga dancing for? She have no regard of the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? Other things of the Lord, because if she did, she would have known not to speak against David, man, when it came to the Lord. But what? Read.
And they brought in the ark of the Lord and set it in his place in the midst of the tabernacle that David had pitched for it.
Right.
And David offered burnt offerings and peace offerings before the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as David had made an end of the offering burnt offerings and peace offerings, he blessed the people in the name of the Lord of hosts.
Right, so you even got this. Nothing's new under the sun. It could be a time of rejoicing, a time of thankfulness, a time of just a uplifting, right? That the Lord bring. And the woman, she got an evil spirit on her. She just mad for no reason. But the Lord deal with that too, man. The Lord's not playing with Eve's, man. He not. Because she could have went down there and she could have danced with David. You know what I'm saying? She could have got out that window. She could have bought David some water. She could have went down there and asked him, is there something that I can do for you, David? Lord, King? But no, she like, why this nigga dancing? And she despised him. Read.
19. And he dwelt among all the people, even among the whole multitude of Israel.
Right.
As well to the woman as men, to every one a cake of bread, and a good piece of flesh, and a flagon of wine. So all the people departed.
So that sounds like justice and judgment to me. That's how David dealing, man. He dealing in justice and judgment. He done went over there. He done fought the battle with the Lord. He done recovered the Ark of the Covenant. Now he that's judgment. Now he coming back and he's serving justice. Now he giving everybody wine and meat. That's justice. Hey, we gonna all celebrate in this. He could have just said, I'm taking this. I'm me and my household. We finna turn it up. Y'all do the best y'all can do. But no, he gave everybody, he let everybody taste of the spoils, man. That's justice, man. You don't come up and leave your people behind. You think that's just? That's unjust, man. You don't come up and then leave your wife and get a better wife.
Or a white wife.
You know, a white wife, you know. You don't come up with your husband and the Lord bless you and then I want a better husband. I'm going to upgrade. I want a new 2020 husband with the automatic buttons. You know, I want an automatic wife. That 2025, you know, she come with all the accessories. My wife getting kind of old. Her buttons don't work that good no more. No, man, you don't do that. Read.
So all the people departed, everyone to his house. Then David returned to bless his household. And Micah, the daughter of Saul, came out to meet David and said, How glorious was the king of Israel today.
She being sarcastic. Oh, you sure was glorious today. You gotta picture it. How glorious was the king today? You sure was glorious today, wasn't you, nigga? Read.
Who uncovered himself today in the eyes of the handmaids
right.
of his servants, as one of vain fellows, shameless uncovering himself. And David said unto Micah, It was before the Lord which chose me before thy father.
So they kind of getting in an argument right now. She's like, you know them girls you was out here dancing and you uncovered. And David said, man, I wasn't even paying attention to them. I was dancing before the Lord, woman. You know, read.
And before all his house to appoint me ruler over the people of the Lord.
Right, so he said, I know what this really about. This ain't got nothing to do with me dancing. You mad because the Most High chose me over your wicked ass father. Read.
Over Israel. Therefore will I play before the Lord. And I will yet before vile.
He said, and I will yet be more vile than thus. Read.
And will be base in my own sight, and of all the maidservants which thou hast spoken of. Of them shall I be had in honor.
Right.
Therefore Micah, the daughter of Saul, had no child until the death of her day.
Day of her death. Read that again. Now what happened? What happened when Micah opened up her big wicked mouth? Read
Therefore, Micah, the daughter of Saul, had no child until the day of her death.
So the Lord cursed her. Here we go with another curse. So we talking about a man that was in order, man. A righteous man. David, man. Who she thinks she could say anything to him. The next thing you know, in that day of time, if you didn't have children, they already knew the Lord cursed you. You was basically worthless. Literally. You was literally, if you was a woman that couldn't have children, you was literally worthless. It's like having a car that don't drive. You know? It's like having a gun that don't shoot. Give me Matthew 15 and 22. I'm going to show you something about order, man. And a woman that understood order.
I got it.
Got it.
Read.
Matthew 15 and 24.
Read it, Shanetta.
Matthew chapter 15, verse 22.
Read.
And behold, a woman of Canaan came out of the same coast and cried unto him, saying, Have mercy on me, O Lord, thou son of David. My daughter is grievously vexed with the devil.
Right.
But he answered her
So
not.
it was a Canaanite woman. She came crying to Yahweh Shah. She said, my daughter got a demon. Please help me. Read. But watch what Yahweh Shah did.
But he answered her not a word.
So that's how the Most High dealt with these. That's how Yahweh Shah was dealing with these heathens. He answered her not a word. Look, man, look. I don't hear you. I don't see you. I don't acknowledge you. They talking about, yeah, he came to die for everybody. Well, if he came to die for everybody, then why he didn't have compassion on that woman? If he was casting out all these demons and all these devils, then why wouldn't he take the time out to cast out that devil for this Canaanite woman if he came to save the whole world? Read.
Okay, but he answered her not a word. And his disciples came and besought him, saying, Send her away, for
Right.
she crieth after us.
We tired of, hey, look, do something with this stinking Canaanite woman. We tired of her. She keep calling my name by person. She, Peter, John, Peter, Yahusha. She won't stop. Read.
But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
So he told this dog, you know that I'm only come for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Why are you bothering me? Read.
25. Then came she and worshipped him, saying, Lord, help me.
Right.
But he answered her and said, It is not meet to take the children's bread and cast it to dogs.
Right. So he trying to offend her. He just told this woman it's not meat to get a children's bread to dogs. He literally called this woman a dog. Now what's gonna happen, man? You got, man, today, man, you call one of these African women a dog and see what happens. She gonna go crazy. Especially you being black. All the races, all the nations, they look at us as scum of the earth. Even these funky Africans. I've seen it firsthand. Let a person of our nationality offend a Chinese person. That Chinese person gonna go crazy. Offend a African person. That African woman gonna go crazy. Offend a white person, a Caucasian, they gonna go, who are you, nigger, to talk to me like that? That's the attitude that they got towards us now, because everything is upside down. But Yahweh Shah just called this Canaanite woman a dog. He called her a dog. He said, man, look, you know This bread that I got is just for the children. And I'm not finna give it to a dog. It's not for you. Read. Right. It was highly offensive.
27. And she said, Truth, Lord.
Truth, Lord. But what?
Yet the dogs eat of the crumbs which fall from their master's table.
Yet the dogs eat from the crumbs of their master's table. So she fell right in order. She understood order, man. She understood order. And she accepted her place in the kingdom of heaven. She accepted that she was nothing but a dog. She could have went ham. She had every opportunity to go crazy. You just called me a dog. She could have snapped. But she didn't do that. She said, true, I am a dog. But even the dogs eat crumbs from the table. And what?
28. Then Jesus answered and said unto her, O woman, great is thy faith.
Now there it is again. Great is thy faith. Great is thy. Didn't he just tell? He just told the man, the centurion soldier, the same thing, right? Mm-hmm. And what did he understand? He understood order. Mm-hmm. Now you got a man that understands order, and what? He got his prayers answered. Now you got this woman that understands this order in the order of things, and watch what's finna happen. Read.
It was at B.
Great is thy faith. Be it unto thee, even as thou wilt. And her daughter was made whole from that very hour.
Right. So even a dog, man, even if a dog humble himself the right way, you know, if that dog get in order, it's gonna get fed. You know, ain't nobody gonna feed a rebellious dog. That dog gonna get beat. You know, that dog don't listen. He not gonna eat for 2-3 days. That's how he gonna learn obedience. But the Most High, he marveled. I mean, not the Most High, but Yahweh, he marveled at this woman like she understand that she a dog. You know how many haughty women it was of them nations walking around there. You know, that would never let, or they would have tried to fight Yahweh Shai if he called them a dog. But she got her answers prayer. He was trying to get her to say the wrong thing. He was trying to offend her so she would go away. Hey, look, man, you a dog. You know? But she humbled herself. She hopped right in order. Yeah, I'm a dog. But this dog finna get what the dog need today. You know? So that was it on the order thing. Give me Ecclesiastes 25:1.
Okay. You saw the Apocrypha?
Yeah. And somebody give me John 15:7.
Okay.
Ecclesiasticus what?
25:1. Give me Ecclesiastes.
Sirach chapter 25 verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
In 3 things I was beautified.
The Lord said, in 3 things was I beautified. Read.
And stood up beautiful, both before God and man.
That's right. Read.
The unity of brethren.
Mm-hmm.
The love of neighbors.
The love of neighbors.
A man and a wife that agree together.
A man and a wife that agree together. Now that's order. A woman gonna have to know her order, man, in the kingdom. She gonna have to understand, man. A man gonna have to have an even greater understanding, even a greater wisdom, even a greater patience, a greater love. If he gonna be an overseer, he can't be on the same level as his woman. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work, man. Give me John 15:7.
This is the book of John, chapter 15:7.
Read.
If ye abide me, and if ye and abide in me.
Now we talking about order again.
And
it's all about order, man, and positioning yourself, man, and being under authority to be in authority. Read that. And the Lord said what?
And my words.
Read from the top. Call it out.
If This is the book of John, chapter 15 and 7.
Right.
8.
Uh-huh.
If ye abide in me,
If ye abide in me,
and my words abide in you,
and my words abide in you, this is order, right?
ye shall ask what ye will,
Ye shall ask whatever you want, right?
and it shall be done unto you.
And it shall be done unto you, right?
Herein is Father glorified,
Herein is my Father glorified, right?
that ye bear much fruit.
That ye bear much fruit.
So shall ye be my disciples.
So shall ye be my disciples. So is it if your marriage falling apart, is that bearing much fruit? Is the Father gonna get glorified if your family get destroyed? If you come up in this truth and you talking, you found out you a Hebrew Israelite, and next year you divorce and your family is destroyed. Your daughter's out here whoring, your son's in jail. Is the Father magnified that way? Is he glorified? Do you bear fruit that way? No. So he gonna, if that man is in order, the Most High, he gonna be glorified. If that man is in order, he gonna be praying. He said, if you're gonna ask what you will, and it will be done unto you. Wherein is the Father glorified? That you bear much fruit. You know what I'm saying? So this man, he's praying for his wife. You see what I'm saying? He's praying for his wife. He's overseeing. He's praying for his children. He's staying in order. He's doing what he has to do.
Is there anything else?
He better not come out here. No, that's all I had on that. You can stop that.